Whoa, is that the bite of 87? No, it's us.
Or new FNAF game just announced, everyone, and today's sponsor.
The Secret of the Mimic. Everybody's hyped about this game. We love Scott Coppin here. He's good at writing.
Yeah. Now, take Lethal Company meets Five Nights at Freddy's, meets Poppy's Playtime, meets Inky's Time Machine, meets what are other?
PUBG, not Fortnite.
Have you heard of NFTs? It's time for NFTs Web3s.
Yes, yes. And you're first on it. Everyone, today's sponsor is brought to you by NFT Web3s.
I want to die.
Take it away, Sarah.
I also want to die. How would you do this?
Have you ever tried to buy something online that you could easily right-click to save and think, I want this to be 50% worse? Introducing NFTs Web3. They also answer questions poorly now.
And they're flavored as the Mimic Five Nights at Freddy's. It's brought to you by the new Five Nights at Freddy's.
Flavored.
Yeah.
I really want to cut all this out, but I don't know if I will. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Chaos Theory. This is our show. Happy to have you here. Before we get into the show, I feel like it's good to give a little bit of a recap for the audience. The players are all up to date, but we'll just put a tight little bow on what happened last time, just in case. Each one of our players had their own distinct little side adventure for their evening, or for their... It was the day, right? The whole day?
Day.
No, because you guys interrogated, and then we went into the evening activities.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what it was. See, I'm editing 3 episodes behind, so I don't know what the fuck's happening either. After the prison interrogation, Eamon went on his own little... what are they called? Follow quests?
No.
We know the term.
It's the opposite of a...
Stalking?
Hold on, I gotta play all Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 3.
Hang on, someone load up any Ubisoft game?
Yeah, any Assassin's Creed game, and we have it. Not tailing.
Yeah,
it's a tailing mission.
It's
You
a
got
tailing
it right.
mission. Yeah.
Oh, is it tailing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, thank you very much.
I was thinking the opposite of like with Bioshock
This is
Infinite,
a
where it's like
bad
escort
sign.
mission. You know,
This is a bad sign. Starting the session off with this kind
Brains
of
are
mindfuckery.
on fire.
Anyways, that happened. The famous actor Tony Shalhoub showed up in an alley and saved Eamon from not having a witness. But you did find out where the hideout of the King Street Coopers is. Oh, the bite of 87! If we don't stop making references to that by the end of this,
We have to stop.
I don't know how we got on Gen Z brain rot when we're all mostly millennials
No,
in this call.
our FNAF is our Iliad, dude. Like give it some credit. Dude.
Don't let that be our
FNAF world.
How many?
I know the entire monologue from the end of FNAF world, dude.
Jesus.
How many exoskeletons do you need to replace before it's a new ship? You know what I mean? Theses.
God. These are
I haven't read that. That's too boring. I just watch 2-hour Five Nights at Freddy's.
Tay visited their mother. Hard cut. We're back. Anyways, long story short, Tay visited their mom, got some information shared across different sides of the law with the Marines and the Bastions now sharing information. Everyone seems like they're much more caught up. Eevee did some research into some mysterious stone they found that could have some strange necromantic purposes, some strange abyssal properties, some might say. That shit's crazy. And Fitz did a little bit of cold case digging to try and find out more information about the case that originally got them invested in the Bastions in the first place. And there were some strange bits of information and a big question mark as an unnamed NPC is still somewhere out there in the world. I'm really good at this. So, before we ended the session, there was a little bit of a tension in the party as Eamon and Fitz still had their sort of weird standoffish nature after Eamon found out about the undead nature of Fitz. The groups sort of broke up into 2 different groups to try and talk to each other. Eevee and Eamon going outside into the dumpster where he flooded the streets of Champions Row, and
the E-boys.
Hell yeah. Fitz and Tay staying inside and discussing pretty much every facet of Fitz's entire childhood up to current. So So you guys should pretty much be caught up on that. But we now return to the scene in that moment or slightly after it if you guys want to fast forward to something else in the evening. But I will relinquish control to the mascots of Five Nights at Freddy's.
How about 1 hour forward to when Eamon has had a fortifying nap against all the throwing up he just did?
Just
How do
floating
we
on
feel
his
about
back.
that?
in,
Kinda
like, a
wakes
little
me
river.
up. Yeah, it wakes me up. It like sends your body into shock. And some people, if you don't utilize that, all of a sudden I'm like a life influence. If you don't utilize your adrenaline when you throw up, you're doing life wrong.
You have one of those, like,
Here's a
You're
side
still
hustle.
Liquid
all
Yeah.
really
Here's a side
shaky
hustle.
and
Throw up
sweaty.
4 times. drink 5 cups of salt water.
And then you could drop ship your throw up to people all over the city. Anyways,
That's literally the worst.
1 hour later, you guys have recovered.
Mhm.
Is there anything anyone wants to do with their evening now that you have a new lead? Does anyone want to, I don't know, build any bridges, burn any more bridges? You guys might hate each other after everything you've been through in the past hour.
I mean,
Forgive me if I'm wrong for asking this. Do we have a plan?
We had
Right
a plan
now,
this
we have-
morning.
we have a location. We don't have a plan about the location. We just know that the Coopers hang there.
And
Right.
that's not good enough for a raid. So how do we want to go about that information?
I mean, we could do what we did last time, do some recon.
Some infiltration.
We could. That's fine. We could see who's going in and out, shipments, things like that, and it can bring us to other things.
Yeah. Also, I just want to, before we do go infiltrating again, I think fake names should be addressed because last time, don't get me wrong, Nome Alamo,
Mhm.
and like he looks over to Tay.
What's wrong with Un?
Oh,
like,
he's
completely
saying that
dead
we
now.
can't use them twice in a row because they're too good. They're too like memorable.
Exactly.
Well, in that case, my name is Un. Tay?
What?
I don't.
Ah, does that mean I have to be Nome?
Yes.
No one has to be Nome.
Oh, thank God.
And no one has to be Un.
What's
I'm
wrong
just
with
saying.
Un?
Also, I'm also happy to go in as someone else, so that way if I get made, that nobody will recognize one of us. At least.
Did that occur to us the first time around?
Eevee was
I-
too tired.
Yeah, I think I was dying from
Oh, okay.
From
a
the
very bad
gym.
workout.
I
That's
gotcha.
fine.
I gotcha. That's right. All right. Well,
Mhm.
yeah. So, hey, maybe we switch it up. Maybe we switch up who goes in there, unknown
Yeah.
faces. Fitz, you have no identifying traits on you. And I look at your arm.
I'm not one of the most famous people in the city. No.
Could always just go as one of you.
God.
That would be a bad idea. It would be funny though.
I could go with you.
It caused waves. Definitely.
Great. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. If we want to
do
do,
it.
are we doing that tonight?
Are you okay to move?
Oh, I have a head rush. I'm good to go.
I'd
we
say
even Find
maybe
anything
let's-
tonight?
yeah, case the place and see when they're most active and then formulate when we're going to infiltrate.
That's a very
We
good
should-
idea.
We should also probably clear this with our director, considering the last time we did buy drugs, and that apparently was not the move to do.
Mm. Yeah, I guess we should.
Oh,
And luckily, we have a legal testimony, so we don't have to worry about anything coming back to haunt us. And I'll look at you, Fitz, and I'll go, I did not mean. That was not. Doesn't matter. All right. Cool. So we can just do this by the book. By the book. And I'll
that is a good idea. By the
Great.
book is a solid plan. Okay.
So what does that mean?
What time is it even? Like,
It would be around like 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
You guys interrogated today, and then you
Mhm.
went around and did a
did.
bunch of other stuff, and now
Yeah,
we're on
sense.
the night side of things.
Yeah. So I mean, if this were a modern world, we would be doing a stakeout where you sit in your car. So what's the fantasy version of a stakeout?
A mutton out.
Oh, yeah, hard cut to us in a car outside.
Carriage.
Yeah, are there cars in this
No, a
world?
full Lexus, like a full
Hey,
like
hey
yeah.
can
Kia
drive.
Soul.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, she's just like peeking over a cart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we
Um,
requisition a cart from our HQ?
You want to requisition a cart? Sure. I'll allow it.
Yes.
Stakeout car.
It's got like a little built-in
Take out cart.
ashtray.
Amazing.
I
the
can
first-
drive. I'm proficient with vehicles both land and sea,
Amazing.
which is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
That came with being
Amazing.
a Marine. I was like, okay.
I guess we all head to the box and get a vehicle.
Well,
and then
we should probably tell Captain first,
that
right?
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Because-
just take a car from the depot and then
They
leave.
will. That's also fair. But there's a lot of information that might be about the place, so maybe that'll change our plans as well. Who knows?
It's true.
Okay. So you guys are going to the box?
Good. Yeah, going to the box.
Sure. Easy enough to do. Find your captain. Actually, they're probably on their way out for the night. That you guys like approach, like, hey, we've got important business to discuss. They're like, oh, hi guys. Right now?
Bastionings at all hours.
All right. Let's go. And then she sort of walk back in with you and go over to their office. So what is
Keep 'em
this?
busy.
What is this about?
Thanks. It was because of the the interrogations, right? That we found out this information.
No, it was because
No.
Eamon followed a guy on the roofs of the buildings.
We got a totally legitimate testimony from one Tony Shalhoub.
Don't have to say totally legitimate.
guy from Monk?
Say it.
Okay.
Hmm?
from the-
Yes,
right?
and they gave me information that they saw. I don't know. The King Street Coopers were coming out of this place called Brickleberg Barrel Company.
Okay. Wow. Oh, and you got this right now today?
Yes.
And you came to me first?
Yes. Is that good?
That's awesome. Thank you for
It
listening.
was my idea. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for
I
listening.
appreciate.
I wasn't sure if that was going to stick
course.
when I said it last time, but I
Mhm.
do really appreciate the growth.
Mhm.
It is good to see. All right. So that's good.
Thank you for doing your job.
Listen, you guys have been a big question mark for the last 3 or 4 days.
Oh fuck.
It's good
We've
to
been
see.
very proactive.
Proactive. Some would say overactive,
Overactive.
but they do seem to appreciate the fact that you brought this to them
Holy
before
shit.
acting on it. And they say, okay, so you need what? Like authorization to just check the place out?
We're thinking we go stake it out. Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Okay, cool. Sure, I can authorize that if you need me to. Do you need any
I didn't
specific-
realize you had to.
Okay, we'll work on that.
So how? Wait, I'm sorry. So what does that give us? Oh my god.
Well, do you need equipment? Do you need like,
I
don't know,
think I'll
gear?
turn back to you guys and I go, I think we need a cart. Is that what we were saying? Maybe
Okay.
some horses?
Sure, we can get you a car with 2 horses. We'll get one of the ones that isn't, Bastion painted on the side. Yeah, it says Flower Company. It's super discreet. No one will know you're there.
Right.
Okay, I'll go get that for you. Just fill out the paperwork, and they just sort of like leave a sheet for you guys to fill out on the desk while they go
I
get your stuff.
love that they're so excited that we're like here to do paperwork for them to fill out the right forms.
It's not just the paperwork; it's the fact that you checked it with them first. They're like, okay, it's not
Yeah.
going to be like the deli where we burnt it to the ground.
Right to the ground on drugs.
Oh,
This
yeah.
whole thing.
It would have burned to the ground without us there. It doesn't matter.
Fair, good point.
Nothing matters.
Yeah. The order of things that matters here.
The order of operations is very important. But yeah,
Amazing.
you get authorized. It's sanctioned for like reconnaissance, not really like, going in and a strike on the place. But you're authorized to at least stake it out. If things happen, they happen. You're given a cart that says Flower Company on the side, and you are
Captain.
let loose.
Flowers?
I don't want to. Do you think maybe like a company? It just says flower. It just says flower company.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like a flower delivery company.
I know, but usually they have like a name.
Like what?
This just says flower delivery company.
Yeah. So people know what it is. They don't get suspicious about like a weird.
I couldn't be more suspicious of this. Look, it's in Arial font. It says Flower Delivery Company.
Some Comic Sans.
Okay, creativity's not my strong suit.
Mhm.
What should it say?
Well, it should probably be a different color than bleach white with black
Maybe
font.
you could call it Eamon's Flower Delivery Company.
Let's not do that.
That would kind of be crazy if I did that.
We can call it Eamon's.
Eamon was
Call it
the worst
what?
part of that. Don't use Eamon in every one of the names because he's very recognizable, I think.
Damn.
Damn it.
No Maze Flower
Uh,
Company.
We could call it.
Okay, let's think.
See, it's
Probably
not.
just
Oh,
like-
it's not that easy, is it? To just come up with names for flower companies.
You could have come up with
Stanley's
anything.
Fantastic Flowers. It's
Stanley's
perfect.
Fantastic. That is
Who's
good.
Stanley?
Has
Shut up.
alliteration.
Who's
All right.
Stanley here?
Okay,
That's
they
one of
snap
us,
their hand
Stanley.
and the illusion on the side of it just sort of like shimmers and shifts. Like, all right, Stanley's whatever. Cool.
Stanley's whatever.
Wow,
That is pretty good.
that's pretty cool that you can just. That's great.
You
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
picked a better font.
I can't paint like that. Watch it. Watch it.
Whoa, what the? Wait, what up?
I'm on my way out of the office. Calm down.
For anyone listening at home, Sean just pulled a
Plastic
firearm.
gun, 3D printed gun. It's fake.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
green and
even
purple.
worse to say 3D printed gun.
I didn't make it. I found it on the street.
Holy.
An unregistered 3D firearm.
Okay, you've got your truck. It's got a cool name on it. That's cooler than mine. That we all agree.
I want you to know this is not about a cool name.
Okay.
It's just
It just
a
seemed
name.
like it was about a cool name.
What is
Basically.
happening?
Their feelings seem hurt for no reason,
Feelings seem hurt.
and they make their way out of the city as they find a new life outside the city's walls.
Oh damn.
No, they just leave. Unless there's anything else
All
you
right,
want to talk about.
as we're on our way over, in our nondescript flower company cart,
Mhm.
Eevee solicits details just to look like a different guy. It's like vote on your phones now style polling,
Oh,
and
that
end
guy's
up with
nose
a
and
very
those ears.
just a very generic guy,
Picasso looking motherfucker. Just,
a Picasso looking motherfucker.
that'd be great.
yeah.
Okay. You have a nondescript amalgamation of people's features.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You try not to be a specific guy unless you absolutely need to be.
Are you driving?
No, I think Tay's driving, right?
I technically have a license.
Okay. So
Air
you,
quotes.
you would be on the outside of this vehicle. Everyone else can be on the
Oh.
outside, but whoever's driving does need to be
Oh,
on the
no.
outside.
That's
On
fine.
the outside,
Okay.
always looking in.
Love that song, dude. Easy enough to do. You have proficiency. I'm not going to make you roll because that sucks. But you're able to make your way, given directions from some of the people who actually know where this street is, because I think only
have a-
Christian rolled high enough.
I have a dated idea of this map, not
Mhm,
not the
mhm.
modern one.
You actually knew where the original street was. You don't know where this section of the. But you are
I
able to
didn't
make your
change
way
in
there.
names. It was perfectly fine before. She's like grumbling like an old man.
How well does Tay drive?
I can roll for it.
No, you don't have to. I'm just letting you come up with it because you have proficiency. Do you drive like an old person, or do you drive like super cautious, or are you like an asshole?
I guess it would depend on like quote unquote traffic. If there was traffic, she'd probably get a little like pissy. Otherwise, she'd probably be driving like an old man.
At this point, it's no traffic. It's pretty late in the afternoon.
Okay, she's probably doing like 5 under the speed limit.
People walking past you guys.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. Eventually, you do get there, though. The sun has already crested over the other side of the hills, so it's pretty dark all the way across the city as you guys find a little place to set up on Carver's Lane.
And I'll take over on the outside once we actually get there so that Tay
Oh.
can be inside and unrecognizable.
Okay. Now, I wouldn't need you to roll unless you have proficiency.
Oh no, once we've parked.
Oh, okay. So you
I'm
get
just
there,
gonna be the guy on
and
the
then you
outside.
just switch the driver. Just like the wall turns around. And there's another
I've
dude there.
always been here.
Okay. Sounds good. Is there anything anyone else wanted to prep on their way there? Since it's probably like a good 20, 30-minute ride. It's up to you. You don't have to. You can say no. I'm fine if you say no.
prepping things isn't really. I don't have magic to prep, so it's all good.
Okay. You could prep non-magic stuff too if you have anything. Like a disguise kit. Fake nose.
Fake nose. Still have a metal arm.
I'm proficient in
Interesting.
disguise.
Fake arm.
Do I have?
It's already fake.
You got me there.
No, I don't
Okay.
really have anything.
That's fair. Just wanted to check. Now, arriving on this street, as you guys are switching seats and sort of like parking on the far end, you can see there are a few buildings that are here, but they all look from the outside pretty much abandoned or forgotten or like in some various state of disrepair. There are a few businesses that look like they could still be active, but the one you're looking for, the Brickleberg Barrel Company, is almost a building you wouldn't notice. The sign that would usually be hanging out front is basically hanging on one of the chains, just sort of swinging in the breeze. The sign has been almost completely covered over by like age and weathering. You can just see a line of bees down the side for the Brickleberg Barrel Company. The roof, the roof has like this weird sort of like tarp covering on one aspect of it, possibly because there was some sort of leak or damage done there. And all of the windows from the outside look as though they have been boarded up.
I'm gonna whisper to the group, for like a crime company that makes a lot of money, you'd think they'd have a little bit better of a hideout.
Well, it's usually they don't really show their wealth on the outside. That's how you get caught.
Do you think they're going to have some kind of giant tower, maybe in the shape of a C that says crime? This looks very villainous to me.
No, but I didn't expect a leaky roof of all things.
It's got a tarp.
This could.
So
It's got a
true.
tarp. This could be another instance of them having a basement. That is their true business, the true hideout.
We never do basements in this.
Yeah, not zoned for it.
No. For now, we stake out and walk around, maybe. See what we can see. How many entrances, exits?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to do that? All
I'll
of you?
I'll go up to the roof.
Scooby-Doo and the gang gonna walk around this whole time.
All together.
Yeah. Isa Kaitsu there also.
Mm.
No.
Okay. Are they
I can
back-
summon her if I
Okay,
need
yeah,
her.
yeah. That's fair.
No, I'll go
That'd
up,
be fun.
not on that roof, but like the nearest roof, and just kind of like keep my distance and like have like a, funny enough, a bird's eye view, even though I'm technically a fish.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth for me.
Who are you saying that to?
You are on fire. I gotta say, you are on fire tonight. Straight up.
Thank you. 14. I have a pretty
14.
good modifier for stealth, thank God.
Okay.
I rolled a 7 and I have a +7. So
Nice.
Easy enough to do. There's enough like purchase, and it's not so much whether or not you can get on the roof, it's whether or not the buildings will allow you to get on the roof with how unkempt they are. But you do manage to scramble your way up there and keep yourself pretty well hidden. The fact that it's no longer day helps because you can actually hide up on the roof. Okay. What else is everyone else doing?
I think since I am looking like a different guy, and so if I get caught, it's not as high stakes. I think I'll do the like surrounding case of the joint.
Okay.
Just like walk around it and take note of like the exits, things like that. Not really trying to hide per se, although I will stealth roll for this. More just like look like a non-descript guy walking around.
Okay. The sides of the building and to get to the back, they're pretty like narrow alleys rather than like wide open walkable streets. So if anyone saw you there, it might be a little weird, but you can still do that. I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah, cool. I'll do it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Stealth?
Yes, please.
Meow.
Gah.
also a 14.
You guys are fucking dead, dude. I'll never let you slide with
No.
that. Okay, interesting. 2 14s. One immediately around the building, the other one on the roof. Eamon, are you doing?
There's this like after Eevee gets out of the carriage,
Mhm.
there's gonna be like a really awkward like tension in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even think of it.
I'm gonna yeah, and I'll get out.
Okay.
And I have nowhere to go. I guess I'll go under the no. I go under it like dude, what the hell am I gonna do?
Whatever you want. It's the imagination.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I'll fly over the fucking oh my god. Everyone's got this hideout thing. I'll go to a different rooftop. I'm sorry, Tay, I'm taking your thing.
Okay.
I'll go to a different damn rooftop.
The opposite one.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to be like on one of the sides of the building, or do you want to go on the other side of the street like Tay?
I'll go to the one right next to Tay, and I'll just be looking at the other direction, I guess.
Okay. Sounds good.
Great.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Go
I'm
14.
gonna ruin this for everyone.
It's
Oh
12.
my goodness gracious. 19.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Flip this.
Big barbarian
script.
stealth guy.
That's crazy. Tay, you
And,
get
like-
jump scared.
Yeah, and I was about to say, she turns around. What the fuck? Why are you up here?
I couldn't think of anything else. I couldn't think of my own thing.
I'm actually surprisingly proud of you right now. That was good job.
Thanks. I'll jump over to the other rooftop. Like, I biff it. I smack my chest
You-
over the
no,
side.
one of your
fall into the
you
alley.
goes through the roof of that building. You're able to pull it out, but it's like a.
She immediately
on.
face palms, like, and there it goes.
I'll watch your 6 and I'll do a bunch of like hand motions that don't make any sense, but maybe would look like something a Bastion would do.
And she's, I don't
then
know
I'll
what
sit
this
down and-
means.
And then
I
I'll
just
sit down and look the other way.
Okay. Fitz, what are you doing?
After the awkward
Yeah.
this of Eamon leaving, Fitz will literally just like take his flask out of his jacket, take us like a solid like quick swig,
Mm-hmm.
to his chest, and he'll just start walking around like he usually does, and blend in with the world state as he usually does when he's out in the middle of the night walking around.
Okay. There are almost no people on the street, other than one Picasso-looking Eevee.
Yeah.
So you can
So
you can
if-
definitely like blend in and act if you
Yeah.
want to give me like a stealth roll with charisma, or you could just kind of disappear into the shadows.
I'll just like give you no.
Mm.
I'll just
Mm,
stealth it.
okay.
I'll just stealth it. Because I was like, with charisma? No, it's not good. Still like the same. And then we'll do that is an 18, but just to be a stickler, I'm gonna add a D6 to that.
Oh, you old so and so.
Yeah, so
Always
19.
adding D6s. Okay. Okay. I see.
I'll-
Only 14s and 19s on this roll, baby.
Ah, one of you is gonna die.
We like consistency.
It's the 19s. So
Oh no.
as you guys are sort of spreading out, the two of you on the roof can see that there's very minimal light coming from the interior of this building. A lot of it just leaking through the like the cracks between these like boarded up windows. You can see vaguely that there is some movement every once in a while. There seems to be some sort of motion that interrupts these lights, but it's not like a consistent busying. Like there's not like a crowd of people in there. Any motion that is there is like very infrequent and like small in number. Eevee, you're actually going along the sides of the building, right? And Fitz, were you getting close with Eevee, or are you just doing your own thing?
I'm kind of getting close with Eevee, and if they go through one alleyway,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go the other one. It's a nice little pincer.
Okay, interesting. So you both
I'm still just drinking.
go ahead and make me a perception check, both of you, as you straddle up
Percept.
along the building.
Percepting. Oh. 29.
29. Dirty 20. Good lord. Okay. 29 and 20 are very good. As both of you are going along the sides, Fitz, from your side, you see a row of windows all the way down to the end of the building. All of them have been either boarded up or like cloths draped over them from the inside. Again, very heavily like damaged through weather and time. Doesn't look like they really give a shit about this building in particular.
Mhm.
In addition to that, there is like a overgrowth of foliage that just sort of coats the like alleyway here. What once would have been a walkable passageway is now just like plants, grass, bushes, all over the side, all the way down to the other side. You can hear what sounds like shifting of some sort of heavy objects on the interior, and you can see those little like movements of light. But again, there isn't a lot of like peek holes or, gaps in the window large enough for you to see through without there being a cloth intentionally draped over that
Right.
section of the window. Eevee, on your side, you do see a lot of the same along the side of the building, but your side ends and turns inward towards the building a little bit earlier, as there is an alcove that has this large basement door that leads into a cellar, but the cellar has been like impacted and like either intentionally or haphazardly just covered with debris and like almost impacted inward. So it is a potential entrance, but that would need to be cleared.
Okay. I'm not going to do that,
Okay,
but I take note
very
that
good.
it's there.
Okay. As you approach the back and sort of like get eyes on each other, there is a pretty flat back with this long stretching alleyway that goes in either direction past the building. There are, again, you notice that there are very close buildings on either side of this one, everywhere but the main thoroughfare. And there are no windows on like the back wall, but there are like high up, these sort of like bay windows that have this sort of similar treatment, except they seem a bit more sturdy and able to maintain the passage of time.
Actually, when I pass the basement doors,
Yes.
could I take a look to see if like the debris that's over it has been like recently disturbed from another location? Like, does it look like it's pretty regularly cleared and then uncleared? Or
Go ahead. Actually, you rolled a 29, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. You would be able to ascertain that it has been here motionless for quite a bit of time. There is not an effort to regularly like remove this stuff.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it is an entrance that we could use, but not one that they use, most likely.
Correct.
Cool.
That is pretty easy to ascertain.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, once we both get into the alley, I go.
I think I heard something.
I didn't know that there was somebody else going to be here. Did you find anything?
I mean, besides useless foliage, yeah. Not much. They've
There's a
covered
basement door
pretty
on
much
that side.
Oh, it's not really. Nice.
It's kind of fucked up. Hey,
It's a point of
Okay.
entry? Or is it like
Hmm?
Is it like a point of entry or no?
I mean, if we were like... Actually, hang on. Meet me back at the flower carriage.
Okay.
You guys go back around. Okay. Easy enough to do. You both make your way back to
Mhm.
the carriage.
Yeah, once we're inside, I'm like, if we were doing like a sting, like going really fast, maybe, but it has a lot of debris on top of it, and I think we would make a lot of noise getting it off. So probably not like a stealthy point of entrance.
Right. So besides the front door, there's that entrance. But when we looked at the door itself, did that look like it was also like
The main door?
derelict? The front door of this building.
The front door looks like it is a wide, like, double door that you could easily bring this carriage into if you needed to. It looks like it's big enough to be like a cargo bay for some sort of delivery vehicle. But it doesn't look like it's impacted as heavily as anything else in the building. It looks like it does see some regular use.
Gotcha. And when we were next to it, could we hear movement inside, or
Yeah.
just see like? Okay, we can hear movement inside. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just a matter of finding out if and when these people leave that are inside. And then,
Yeah, I think a lot of this might just be a long night of waiting. So,
Okay. The two on the roof. Are you guys doing anything special, or are you just looking from your vantage point?
I'm still a little worried about any birds following us. I will be looking at the birds landing on rooftops and stuff
Interesting. Okay.
and
I
seeing if
love
any of them
carrying
act
that on.
different or like making eye contact with me.
One of them's like, oh shit. Okay. Go ahead and
Don't
make
stare when you look in the mirror.
go ahead and make a perception check for birds. My secret birds.
Dude, let's go. You said perception?
Yes.
21.
21. Dude knows birds.
18 on the die. 17 to 18.
That's great. You using a spin down counter?
I make my own spin down by rolling the dice. But we
You're-
spin up.
You're slowly spinning lower
would-
and lower every time you roll. Okay. You do not see any like strange, nefarious, like, oh shit, what's this going on over here, birds? You do see like the occasional, nocturnal bird creatures sort of fly by in the distance, but they don't hang around long enough to be, spies or anything. So you think they're pretty cool in this area of the town.
All right. I'll go back to eating my sandwich.
Okay. Tay, what are you doing up there?
I'm gonna be looking, first of all, behind us around the carriage, make sure nobody's like stopping and checking it out, even though it's just a carriage at this point. And I also want to kind of just like, just from like a vantage point, I'm not gonna be like approaching it. Scan like the buildings beside and around, like their proximity to the building that we're checking out. And potentially I'm trying to think of like with the basement thing that we had just experienced, if there's like possibly like interconnecting things underground, or like if it's not, or like how, like if the buildings beside are like in the same territory, air quotes, like things like that.
Yeah, like adjoining somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me your perception check, please.
Please be
If you'd
decent.
be so kind.
Perception?
Yeah.
18.
That's pretty good. You guys are good at this.
I use the different dice.
That's good. As you're looking to the buildings on either side, you do notice that their proximity is like, it's easy enough to jump from one building to another if that were be a thing you wanted to do. The roof it's slanted, but not like aggressively slanted, so you guys could like stand on it. There does not appear visibly from the surface to be like, connecting hallways or adjoining pieces of the buildings. You just watched Eevee and Fitz walk down both of those alleys. If there are tunnels, that would be something you probably wouldn't be able to see from up here. But the tarp on the roof, you occasionally watch it like blow over in the breeze, like one corner of it just catches lightly. And you can see that underneath that tarp, there's like a wooden board that has just been pressed down and like hammered in to keep the water from falling in, to keep like the weight of it from collapsing the whole roof. So possibly another point of entry, but again, it would need to be physically removed.
Okay. Could I also see if you said this isn't a very populated area?
No, you guys, it's suspicious that there are even people on the street now that you're actually here and looking around. It's not just the fact that you're in a like a cart. There are almost no people here. There might be like 2 people further down the street you see occasionally walking.
I don't think it would be possible, but is there any way that I could see if there's been any like tracks of any kind, whether it be like other than our cart leaving wheels, or footprints or something like that?
There have been some regular, let's call it tractivity, in the area leading into this building, into the 2 front doors. Yeah, you can see like the carves in the mud reflected off the moonlight.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna. Is there any like chimney on the roof that I'm on, or is it just like a?
Weirdly
open roof?
enough, yes, there is.
Okay. I'm gonna slide up right beside the chimney to try to like just keep some coverage, and I'm just gonna stay perched.
Okay. Sounds delightful.
That's gonna be my stakeout place.
All right, so you guys are just hunkering down for now. Fast forwarding.
Yep.
Okay.
Waiting a night
Roughly, probably about 3 hours into your waiting, there's a certain moment where like you hear the doors of the building sort of swing open for a second, and you do see a horse-drawn cart lead out into the street and turn in the opposite direction of where you guys are stationed down the road, and the doors immediately begin to close again as that cart just sort of takes off into the night.
Like we have a cart.
It says Flower
But-
Company on it. That's crazy. What are the odds? But it's painted and like
God.
misspelled.
Is it a cart with like a carriage where it's closed, or like an open cart?
It is a 1-person driven cart with like a tarp thrown over what it's carrying in the back. Not like a covered
Okay.
wagon like in the old, Oregon Trail days.
I'm gonna. Sorry, can I see Eamon from here?
Yeah, he's staring in the opposite direction of you.
A lot of birds tonight.
I'm gonna like kind of sigh as I go to do hand gestures now, but like very obviously like.
Oh, 2 words. Okay. This is popular. Movie?
I just gonna head pop.
Oh my gosh, I'll see the cart. I'll go, I got it. And I'll instantly go and start running after it. Like from rooftop to rooftop. So like,
Okay,
yeah.
Baseball, because she meant she was gonna go, but she's like, lovely.
go ahead.
Oh,
You both going?
if you want to, you can. I don't want, like, I'm saying player to player. I do not want to steal your thunder. If you want to go do it, I'll look at birds. I don't care.
Yeah, no. She's gonna like do like a whistle or something like, and she's gonna go.
Oh.
Silent hand signals. And...
It's
Blade
the
Runner.
loudest.
Is that it? Oh.
And the car is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Birds are crazy.
I
tonight.
slip and I fall on top of it. Oh yeah. I go,
Okay, so who's running? Okay,
I
not
am-
me. I will stay and keep watch.
sounds good. Go ahead and make me an
No
athletics
cardio.
check.
Okay, don't fail me now, new dice.
Fail.
Hey! Okay, what's my athletics? Ooh, 23.
Damn.
Nice.
I like the new dice.
The urge of me to use one of my points to make you reroll that is
Oh, fuck you!
very strong.
Oh no.
I mean, you can.
I can.
mean,
I know.
just-
I know. I can. I'm not going
so
to.
many.
It makes me. It honestly
I'm
makes me
saving
like
them.
a little anxious with how much you save.
No, that's fine. Go
How
for
much
it.
How many do you have, Sean?
I don't know. You don't need to know.
For me, for reference points. 'cause it's sort of like
You know,
good.
enough.
I'll write that down then again.
Yeah, write down enough with a question mark.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you take off after the cart running rooftop to rooftop. It is. You are not as fast as a horse. I'm sorry. I don't want to be that guy, but you are not as quick and agile as a beast of burden. But you are
Are they
able.
moving?
Yeah, they're moving pretty
Cool.
quick once they actually get on the straight and like straighten out and get on the road. You do get like keeping pace with it for a while as you're like running up the rooftop, running down, and jumping to the next building. You're also having to like dodge obvious flaws in construction from some of these buildings because they're not all meant to hold people on top of them. That's crazy. Also, they're falling apart. What do you expect from them? But you are able to at least keep pace for a while. Is there something you want to try and do, or something you want to try and like see about the cart? I'll let you
I'm
do one of
trying
those
to-
two.
I'm trying mostly. Okay, prioritizing. I mostly want to see if I can find where it's going.
Okay. Okay.
So even if it's not like the full destination, because I can't keep up with a horse, even if it's just like
A direction.
it's going like the only area in town that is going is like this like square or like whatever, like just
Remind me-
basically the direction.
Sounds good.
Has Hunter's Mark changed in
Not-
the 2024 version?
I mean, we're not using 2024, so
Just
it
wanna make
has
sure.
not changed.
Okay.
Because technically, you could Hunter's Mark the guy, as long as you concentrate on it for 8 hours or whatever.
Would I have? Okay, because I'm new. Do I have to hit them to Hunter's Mark them?
No,
Well, you
Hunter's
can
Mark
say
is just
Hunter's
like
Mark.
that guy, and it happens.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Pretty strong.
I would like the Hunter's Mark them.
Interesting. So you do.
So you do.
Yeah, you're far
I did
enough
not know
away
this.
where if you used verbal components, they would not be able to hear you.
Nice.
I just imagine you.
Hunter's Mark. The fuck?
My ears are hurting.
Busting a soldier boy.
My eyes started bleeding.
Yeah.
So if you go ahead and read Hunter's Mark for me, just so I know exactly what you get. I
Let
think
me see
you just
if there's
know
a
the
difference between
direction.
That's why I asked, because I wasn't sure if the new one changed anything, like other spells get changed.
Well,
magically
the new one
mark
just gives you
one
a plus
creature.
5.
Oh, okay.
One creature you can see within range as your query until that's how you pronounce that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d4 damage to the target whenever you hit it. You also have advantage on any wisdom, perception, or survival checks you make to find it. And then it's just if the target drops below 0 hit points before the spell ends, you take a bonus action to move the mark to a new creature.
Okay.
And then using a higher level spell slot, my concentration can last longer with a spell slot of level 3 to 4, up to 8 hours.
Okay. That's what it is. So in the new version, you get like a plus 5 to tracking them. But in this version, you just get advantage.
Yes.
All right. So we can say you kind of like have a directional ping on where the cart's headed. Once you notice you can't like keep up with it forever, you just sort of throw your Hunter's Mark on it and you can get like a little beacon, we'll say.
But I don't. So this is just a verbal component. Man, could I like? I think it'd be cool to like basically send like a spectral arrow kind of thing, and that just like disappears as soon as it leaves what would be like an invisible bow.
It shoots him in the spine. Yeah.
But like nobody else can see it after
Oh.
it like leaves the invisible bow, and
Okay.
it just like
That's fine. You can flavor it however you want. That's sick.
yeah.
We love flavor.
Hell yeah. And the card explodes. Next question.
Oh no.
So the range is 90 feet. Does that mean once he's out of 90 feet, then the spell
No.
ends? Or
No. As long as you keep concentrating on it, it'll continue
Okay.
to exist. But you can just sort of like feel your mark traveling with the cart at a certain point.
Okay. All right,
Cool.
lovely.
Cool. And it lasts for an hour at first level? I don't know if you upcast it to a higher level.
I can upcast it to second level, but I believe that the concentration lasts longer with a spell slot of level 3 to 4.
Okay.
So I don't think it matters.
Sounds good. So for the next hour, you'll sort of get a read on where this card is traveling.
Okay.
Sick.
And I'm gonna like stay kind of where I can still see it for a little bit, and then once it's out of like my sight, I'll head back.
Sounds good. You do watch it eventually sort of like turn off this side of like side street you guys are on, and it starts to make its way in the direction of the main road of Champions Row. You can at least feel that and get that from like your immediate following of its first, 10 minutes of travel. But yeah, you eventually return. Is there anything else anyone wanted to do while that was happening?
I just go on my Bastion communicator and I go, should we follow that? And then I see Tay running and I go, never mind.
Tay, when you get back, I have my fingers in a Chinese finger trap, but I try to hide it from you. And I go, did you get him? And I like put it over. Did you get him?
It's most awkward. Like, did you get him ever?
Yeah.
What's my passive perception?
Uh,
It's actually pretty good. Never mind. I'm just gonna like ignore whatever the fuck is going on.
mhm.
I unfortunately cannot run as fast as a horse, but I did mark him, so I'm able to keep up with the direction where they're going for about an hour. Okay, don't give me that look.
Did you mark them how?
I'm guessing with magic.
Tay, did you? Oh, are we all together?
No, they're on the roof.
I think we're just
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you get
Okay.
just fits like they're behind you like Batman.
I would have moved around my Chinese finger trap. And I would go, all right. And I'll turn around and you'll just, for some reason, you just hear the sounds of gnawing.
The crinkling of paper.
Yeah.
It's like when you see a crow trying to get inside a bottle, but you trying to break a finger trap.
So he did
I was
find a
gonna-
prize counter to spend all his money.
just gonna sigh. I'll go get Eevee. They're the smart one.
Chinese finger trap.
Well, I had to get my. I'm fucking bored. I mean, we're on this roof for like 7 hours. It's been like 40 minutes. I don't know how long it's been.
You preoccupied for 7 hours with that shit.
12 minutes in, you took out the finger trap and got stuck, and the next 4 hours were torture.
I was looking around for birds and having my fingers stuck together. My crow fingers stuck together.
Trying to do hand signs with the fingers in the finger trap.
Yeah.
That's great.
I just cast guidance on you so that you can maybe get out of it yourself.
The guidance is just
I
taking the
believe
hands
in you,
and
buddy.
pushing.
Yeah. No, it's all right. By the time I get back down to the carriage, like, I won't say anything, but both of my fingers have half a Chinese
got
finger
two
trap on them,
fabulous
and they are
earrings.
very like
Just
fringed
rip us under.
because I have gnawed it off
That's amazing.
with my beak.
One finger's bleeding slightly.
A little bit.
Don't worry about it.
So what's the group talking about? Or
I'll
we
update the
just-
group about
Yeah.
that I marked them.
Oh, what does that mean when you mark them?
It means it's kind of like a spell where I can magically keep up with the direction they're going for about an hour, give or take.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, we've been here for about 3.5, 4 hours now. Maybe some of us should like take a little nap, and the others can keep watching, and then those people get up, take a little nap, etc. Tay, you should stay awake for a bit since you have that markup.
I do have to concentrate.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll go back to the roof.
Okay. Who's taking first shift with Tay?
Yeah.
I
Who
mean,
wants to nap
Here's the thing.
now?
One of you doesn't need to sleep.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm on duty
Ain't
forever.
that nice?
Yeah, it's kind of cool,
All right.
huh?
Forever.
Eamon and I will nap.
Okay.
Do I get
All right, great.
I have to get exhaustion, don't I? How does
No.
that work?
You just
Nah, it's
as
just
long
that
as
you overexert yourself.
yeah, if you aren't doing like combat 24/7, you just
Yeah.
kind of like bunker down and
Yeah,
sit
it's just
on a bench.
Eevee's in the cart with me, right? So like all Eevee will see is just like them sit there and then not move.
Wait, what's happening?
You're not sleeping though, right?
I'm not sleeping.
Yeah, yeah.
Does this mean I shouldn't nap? What are you doing right now?
I'm watching.
Oh, okay. You just got really still.
So
Okay, I'm gonna.
Eamon and
Eevee, if you put your legs up against the wall like this, it makes you fall asleep faster. I learned this from I have a military buddy that told me that. Yeah, if you put the leg, and I have my legs up against the wall and my back on the ground, and
So like I'm on the one carriage seat side, Fitz is on the other carriage seat side, and you're on the ground between us, with your legs up on the wall.
yeah.
Good.
One of my military buddies told me about this, and I think it's because your heart doesn't have to pump to your legs or something. I don't know.
Is that not good for the? Okay. Good night. I'm not gonna do that.
Interesting. Okay. I'm trying to think. Do I give you exhaustion for that? No. Okay. So, Fitz, you're just sort of like in the cart,
Yeah,
just sort of
Dennis
zombie
the
out.
Dead.
just like hunkered down,
Okay.
not blinking because you don't really need to blink when you're dead.
Tell me about it. And Tay, you went back to the roof.
Yes, I'm like hunched right beside the little chimney.
Okay. As you're sort of hunkered down, focusing for the next like 50 minutes on where that card is, you do kind of feel it. You know, like in a video game, if you have like a moving objective, you'll watch the waypoint like move and then go back in line because it got further away, but it went back in a direction. You kind of get that feeling for a while, almost like watching an actual compass move. But you do have an actual heading. You are in the northern, like upper northern part of Champions Row, and you watch it sort of like zigzag down to the what would it be? To the southeast. Eventually, that's like the primary heading. It seems to like fade in and out of the southeast part of the district, or at least from where you are, it heads southeast.
Okay. I did not know I could do that. I'm gonna be using the fuck out of that now.
Well, I'll plan around it. Okay. Let's continue. Is there anything you guys want to do again with your next like hour or two of just watching this building? Again, it's eerily unactive, especially at night.
Any ghosts?
Occasionally,
Okay.
there are some ghosts that swing by. There's one that just sort of like looks at the van. He just keeps walking. That's new.
Puts his head in.
Yeah, puts its head in, sees Eamon sleeping with his feet on the wall. It's like, that's weird.
That makes sense. And he walks out.
There's
Is that how I died? No, it's fine.
occasionally you'll see one that's like, hey, Fitz. Tip their hat to you and walk by. But none that are like, oh, thank God I found you. The guy's in there doing something crazy. Want to hear about it?
I would love to. Give me all the details.
But yeah. Eventually, you do start to hear, because this has been like 6 hours into your stakeout, you do begin to see like bits of light on the horizon and very early morning risers going to work on like other parts of the street. You do occasionally see a person like walk down the street and go, it's a great name for a flower company. Keep walking. And you guys can have shifted out if you wanted to sleep. I'm not going to control your night, but unless there's anything anyone wants to actively do during one of their shifts.
I just
Question.
want it. Oh, I'm sorry. Ask your question.
We'll form a
I'm gonna say
queue.
bullshit.
If I'm a sea elf, does that mean I sleep in the same way that high elves do, where it's just meditation?
Yeah, it's like a 4-hour trance.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That's it.
Oh yeah. I gotta get all 6 hours, baby, and 2 hours of rest.
Hell yeah.
I just want it on the record that I have a vaguely foreboding dream about Arial fonts and badly designed flower carriages.
Badly designed. Okay. I'm being attacked. Yeah, you do get chased by Comic Sans for about 45 minutes. It's exhausting, dude.
It's like that one SpongeBob episode.
Yeah, alone.
Yeah.
Wingdings are watching like a menacing villain.
Yeah. There's like a little arena of letters that are all screaming down at you in different fonts, and you're fighting off Comic Sans to the death.
Yeah. And I'm a pacifist, so
And I
this
didn't
sucks.
do my homework.
They're yelling. They're debating at you. That's how it's pacifists.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're not actually
yeah.
fighting you. They're just screaming points.
No,
at
no,
you.
that's why it's a nightmare, is because I'm fighting fisticuffs with my hands.
Yeah.
It's like
doing
in my
ad
sleep, just
hominem
doing
and-
this.
Doing all ad hominem and fallacy arguments, and you're like, stay on topic.
Conjugate, and then they all come together into sentence. But yeah, if
I have
there's
to do one of those weird diagrams.
if there is anything anyone want to do between the jumping around, feel free. If not, the sun will rise and you guys will realize that stakeouts are not as exciting as people try to make them out in
They're
stories.
so boring.
They're really boring.
Yeah.
But you did get
they're
a
not
little bit
boys
of
at all.
information from watching a delivery leave.
I cannot emphasize enough how much my legs are frozen asleep. I cannot feel them at all.
That's
and
why
it
I was
hurts me.
worried, is that like the blood wouldn't go to your legs, and then...
I don't know why I listened to that. I thought we were going to take a 90-minute nap, and I fell asleep for 8 hours.
You just looked really cozy.
I wasn't. My spinal cord was lifting me up past my skin on the wooden floor.
Well, we'll know for next time.
What is happening? What is that? Did we see anything? I look over at Fitz, who looks like a vacant doll, like as he stares into space.
Well, Haunted doll watch.
Everyone's waking up. It's just like he like blinks and just like shimmies a little bit. And,
Sweet dreams.
Not in a very long time, but nothing really happened once the delivery went out. And yes, stakeouts will always be this boring. It's very rare, even in our raucous week that it's been. It's very rare that a stakeout will turn into anything but you just sitting. Like occasionally,
It's crazy how if you
might get the occasional like horse racing down the street because you might get seen, but that's like, really rare.
I mean,
That's very. You'd be surprised how many like shifty characters in this city will like pay a kid a couple of gold just to watch someone for a few hours. So I'm pretty used to this.
Were you the shifty kid?
I mean, don't I look like a shifty kid? I turn into Thomas.
I literally shift into a.
That's good. That's very good for the morning. And I look, I peel back the cart to see if Tay is okay.
I'll be like watching the cart. Once I see that they're moving, I'll wave down and I'll like climb on down
Okay.
and join them.
Sounds good. Well,
Should I make a run for breakfast?
I guess I'm pretty hungry. I gotta go like do high knees or something. My legs are not working. I'll go out and start stretching.
okay. As you guys decide to plan breakfast and morning calisthenics, I think that's a good place to put a little stop in here for our break, and we can come back to the next day.
Perfect.
The 6th day? Holy shit, we're zooming through them, dude.
Oh my god.
There's so
We're doing
few
so much
days
days.
left. I mean, nothing. But thank you so much for watching the first half. Stick around for the second half after this 10-minute break, or nothing on YouTube. Check it out. But definitely keep watching, though. That's the most important thing. All right. Bye, everybody. Back in 10 minutes. Bye. 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 We weren't. So, before we left, the group did a little bit of a stakeout. It lasted all night and was very eventful. Everybody clapped. But now it's morning. Some light calisthenics and a trip to the bakery later.
Gotta get a Neapolitan loaf.
Mm-hmm. You see a wanted poster of a pigeon. They got the type of bird wrong.
I'm pissed.
But are you guys returning to continue watching this building, or what's the plan, Stan?
I'll be honest with you guys. I know this is by the book, but I feel like we could do something else.
Like what?
Like go inside. You guys scouted in the around the building, right? Did you look in any windows? Can we do that?
Yeah, there
There were
weren't
no
really any
windows.
windows that were showing a lot of action.
Mm.
Lots of movement inside. We don't know the number of people in there. They're in there.
Did- Sean, did we, after the carriage left it, was there still the occasional movement that we had seen before that?
Yeah, there was still,
Mm.
same consistency of movement and lighting coming from the inside.
So one shipment out at night. No shipments coming in. I mean, it's only one day. I don't know.
Well, we staked them out during the nighttime, but we don't really have a good idea of their daytime movement. But I do feel like a flower carriage parked in a untraveled street for like 24 hours straight might raise some suspicions. So maybe we come back on another daytime time?
We should move. That is the thing we should do.
Hey,
Not
did
a
you
distance. Or
get
become more
any
popular.
like location from that mark hunt?
Yeah, they headed to the southeast. That's about all I can tell you.
That limits
What's
it
the-
down. Great, wonderful.
What's-
Let's just
what's the
head
range of your
southeast.
spell?
The southeast of the
Bye-bye.
district.
Yeah, what's the range of your spell? Like how long? How many miles does it like last? Say.
It only lasts for an hour, and they were still moving when it dropped. But they were heading in the southeast of the district. That's all I can say.
Where's that heading to?
Yeah, Sean. What's the southeast of the district like populated by? Just like
The southeast for where you guys are now, because this road was at the top of the district where it sort of runs through all three of them originally. The southeast is essentially like where the Champions Row, like the main thoroughfare, runs down to, which culminates in the arena at the end.
okay.
You guys would be about halfway down there on your where your office is.
Yeah.
The box would be probably a little bit past that in that direction, giving you a little
Culminates
bit
in
of
the arena?
at the end of it. Yeah.
What did the driver look like?
from.
I
Trying
would
to
have had
think.
to be
You
able to
were-
see him to cast Hunter's Mark.
True. Go ahead and what's your passive perception actually?
My passive is 17.
Okay. You get a pretty good look at this guy. Pretty. Honestly, like nondescript, not like an exotic creature, maybe half elf or human of some kind. Very short kept, like, not like military cut, but pretty close. Kind of like shaven down, kind of like this. You did also notice in the moonlight a little bit of like detailing and tattoo work coming out of the collar.
And the cart is like nondescript.
The cart was like bare bones cart covered in tarp.
Okay.
It would stand out in how nondescript it was if you ever saw it again. Put it that way.
Ooh, it was covered in tarp, so maybe not. I was gonna ask, would it have any markings on the boxes that would be similar to what I passed on for the shipment stuff, but it'd be out of the cart.
You didn't see any boxes.
Yeah.
It was an empty cart.
We can try to see if we can find the cart. We can see if we can find the driver. I mean, we're looking for someone with known affiliate tattoos.
Yeah.
We
I
could
mean-
put out a district-wide thing where it would have to be discreet, just on the off case that we're chasing after nothing. Though I don't think that a warehouse out in the middle of nowhere, having a shipment come out of it and tattoos on the driver, I don't think that's nothing. But on the
Well,
off chance that we are
You said you didn't see anything, right? Like on it?
on the boxes,
Or okay, so sorry, I thought Sean just said that there were no boxes.
That was a shitty little thing I said. I'm an asshole. I was joking. There was a tarp over something in the back of the cart. Could have been anything, but
Sure.
you didn't get a look at the cargo.
Gotcha.
One of my classic ruses.
Eamon will forever be convinced it does not. All right, continue. Never mind.
So
I
we
mean,
can-
there is one strange thing, right?
Hmm.
Which is this ostensibly went out for a delivery of some kind. Furthest thing that direction is the stadium. And it never came back. It's not that far of a journey.
no.
mm-hmm.
So we do have a good place to start looking.
Maybe if we pay Eamon's friend
Oh God.
Paint another visit,
Let me tell you, Paint is always willing to help.
see if he recognizes any cards
Whether it
coming in or
be
out.
Yeah, get the
at the
accent
stadium
ready.
or in
Get
the
accent
darkest
ready,
corners
Sean.
of your bedroom in the middle of the night. Or under your bed.
Oh,
Who knows?
Please stop talking.
All right.
So yeah, just I guess let's see if the Coliseum has anything, any sign of them, perhaps.
Does anybody else have anything going on today? Okay, great. I'm
No.
totally down for it.
Like-
I just wanted to make sure.
Fitz literally just like looks at Eevee.
I think we all look at Eevee.
Yeah.
Okay, I needed to go somewhere for like 3 hours max.
Good amount of time. Not an indiscernible amount of time.
I mean, I just, it's walking.
How long does it take to
Um,
quit my job?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be so embarrassing.
Oof.
Can I leave a note on the door? Sean, I want to be very clear. I want you to kill me.
Oh, I
I
plan
want
on
you
it.
to make this as bad as possible.
Don't worry, I got
As
you.
awkward and awful as possible.
I want to die.
Okay.
I'll load up into the front seat, and if we're heading on, I'll go ahead and start driving.
Sick. All right. So you guys take off, leave Carver's Lane in the rear view, and you go about your day. Eevee, do you leave from here and just go to work, or do you go and back with them?
I mean, is there any amount of cart driving that is vaguely in the direction of where I need to go?
Barely.
Mav, and I
It's a
I
solo
split
walk.
off.
Okay.
You said sad. It's a solo walk, and you know you have
I
to
use my little pathways and things, but
The end of the Hulk movie where you're just hitchhiking down the street.
this is horrible for me.
Okay. What is everyone else doing while Eevee's at work? As per usual. Is there anything?
So we're
else?
not going to the Coliseum right now. We're gonna wait for Eevee to come back, right? Is that correct?
Just like
Yes.
stake out the Coliseum, see if we can even like get a
Stake out the Coliseum.
small hint.
A lot. Oh, sorry. We're doing the same thing.
I wanted us to stay in it.
No, I'm good.
So
Should-
I'm sorry, I am still confused. We are or are not right now going to the Coliseum.
I'm gonna listen that we are, but not. To,
I
like,
don't mind
track
if y'all
anybody-
go without me to
to
start.
track anybody
Yeah.
down.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a stop at the box just to give an update on the direction and like the cart description and stuff like that, just to have like a
An APB
Yep.
Yeah.
out for
Good old fashioned
tart carp.
Yeah, and so that they can extend the paperwork for or give an extension with the paperwork for
Okay.
us to use in the cart if we're still using it.
Now, I don't want to lead you guys astray.
Uh-huh.
The entire district is pretty much southeast of here. The fact that it culminates in the arena
Yeah.
is a place at the end of the road.
Yeah,
Right.
but like that's the whole thing.
I'm just saying.
It's
I
a
mean,
route source to start,
fair.
and then we can
Yeah.
go from there.
Even,
I
as,
think
even as we're driving, we can still look out for.
Don't do it.
I'm just
So
saying
roll.
things so the comments don't come at me.
Okay.
I don't want to
Wait,
feel
can
like
I-
I have left you astray.
If you want, we can roll luck checks to see if we find this thing early.
Well, I was about to ask, like, I'm supposed to get advantage with tracking it, right?
For that hour.
Uh,
That's essentially what that compass thing is, telling you which direction it is from you. That gives you
Oh.
advantage on like tracking it down
Mm.
during that hour while it's still marked.
um,
Yeah.
the-
Sorry, I didn't write the book.
Should've-
Guys, I'll be totally honest with you. I think putting out an APB for a cart that has a tarp over it might be a little bit, little misleading. As
with,
that
with
is,
the description of the driver.
I guess. And then if we just head to the Coliseum, it's definitely a lead. But listen, I'm not saying anything, right?
Do you have
I'm not
places
saying
to
anything.
be, Eamon?
But could you imagine what we would find if we went inside the building? Guys, we have found more information in the 3 days that we broke the law than the freaking 72 hours that we didn't. All right?
Okay.
A soapbox forms magically under
All right, shall. All right.
as Eevee's halfway to work.
We don't know the
How'd
numbers.
this megaphone
We don't
get
know
into
what
my
they
hand?
have. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they're capable of. We don't know anything.
The first time we got lucky busting in and found a lieutenant, but we also had backup on the way. The second time we weren't so lucky, there was the silent man. So in case you want a repeat of either of those,
Yeah,
with
but
only
what
three of
about-
us,
What about finding the body and going to the warehouse and finding the warehouse? Guys, where are we going to get by following the rules? These people aren't.
Do you hear the people say?
Guys, Goonies never say that. You have to save the neighborhood.
Cut off their heads.
The crowd spontaneously forms around Eamon, so I will pick him up.
Hey, I get what you're talking about. I truly do. It is a rookie pastime, as it were, to bust through doors and say freeze. But that's how you get shot immediately. And we don't have our full number, even if we wanted to go in. We don't have the one person who can heal us. They're out there all the time.
Then why don't we
right
do something
now.
else? I propose a different idea.
You could also call
We
it-
saw a
Yeah.
cart go out, but we didn't see a delivery go in. Maybe there's something surrounding the area that can get them in otherwise. So maybe we find a vacant building near it and see if there's anything there.
or the shipment came in on a different day and it took a while to process.
Yes, but I don't want to wait. So I think... Yes, but staking out was very boring and my fingers still hurt from the Chinese finger trap. So I will go ahead and
How's your
say
legs?
that the legs are fine now. They're self-regulated. Well, fine. Here.
Okay.
Do we have any
Okay,
other
how-
ideas?
How about when Eevee gets back, then we'll go check out the southeast of the district and spread out from there, see what we can find. In the meantime, we can search around the area of this building and see what we can find.
Great. And then we'll go look through the rest of the district for the rest of the town, which is southeast of everywhere. But I do like this compromise.
He's gonna park the fucking carriage, whatever.
Oh, there's street sweeping right here. We probably want to go on the other side.
Fuck off, the street sweeping.
She's going to turn around and just like, as like an old man, like shake a fist at.
Hey, listen, it's your car. It's your carriage.
Street sweeping.
I'll have you know, I got my license 100 years ago. Don't try me.
That's so scary.
Laws have changed.
That's so scary.
Could you imagine driving a Model A? It's very different than driving
We have
a model
wheels
car.
now, dude. Get with the times.
How many horsepower? 1.
Yeah.
I remember when they invented horsepower. Okay, so you guys are hanging around here, scoping out the rest of the area around this building, like widening the parameters of the investigation, I assume.
Yes.
The stakeout. And Eevee's gone. Okay. Go ahead and walk me through how you guys investigate this area.
I wanted, I'll go,
You just
hey,
kick in the front door.
big area. Let's split up, and I will go to the nearest vacant building that is close to this thing.
Okay.
I honestly thought you were gonna wait for us to all separate, and then you were gonna go alone and kick down the door.
No, I would never.
I was waiting for that.
I was waiting for that too.
Okay.
Honestly, Fitz is just gonna, as we're
Oh, yeah?
gonna expand the perimeter, just gonna start. Now that people are, how many more people would you say are flooding the streets in quotation marks?
There's like
Filling the
5
streets.
people occasionally walking through.
Damn. Anybody with gang affiliate tattoos?
That's a crazy question to ask.
I'm a cop.
It's KFC.
Most of them don't just like walk around shirtless, like, oh, check it out. You do see people like walking to different buildings in the area, but you don't see any who are like going inside buildings.
Criminal.
Yeah. There's none that scream criminal, but you can like definitely, look around for some.
Like I'm honestly like Fitz is doing this to mostly humor Eamon.
Okay.
Like this is just like we're gonna scope out the area a little bit more. And I want to shadow him, make sure he doesn't bust down anything.
Okay. So you're in the building he just broke into.
It's just like I'm not in the building, but I'm like around that building.
Your lookout.
Yeah, I'm looking out at that
Okay,
building, just
interesting.
going.
And Tay, what are you up to?
I'm just gonna go through the alleyways of like buildings, or not the ones that Fitz and Eevee went through, but just like some of the ones across the way from where Fitz and Eamon are, so that I can still have like line of sight on them, but also I can do my own investigations.
Okay. Sounds good to me, dude. So, Eamon, go ahead and make me an investigation check. 30, 40, 50, 60.
4.
4. It was, yeah, 3
Really?
plus 1, 4. Yeah, 4.
Oh my god!
God damn,
Can I
dude.
Can I get a point for guessing that right?
No, you have enough.
How many, do I have 1 million shenanigans points? I guess I should try better.
You can if you want to.
Alright, I will. Oh. 10.
It is better, weirdly enough.
Use one?
Yeah, he used one. So as you're just sort of like, kind of like, trying to work with the compromise you've been given and deal with that as like enough.
Yeah.
You're sort of walking into this other building. Not even sure if it's like a business or someone's house or anything that's like still being used.
Both of which I've already broke into before for this series.
No, I'm not saying it's out of character. I'm just saying it is happening.
Yeah.
You sort of go inside the building, and you can see it is a vacant, sort of like empty building. The locks don't even work. Like the doorknob almost like comes off in your hand. You're just like, fuck it. There is remnants of what used to be some sort of general store or possibly even like a apothecary or like a pharmacy.
Mhm.
There's just sort of like empty shelves, a few leftover glass bottles, like someone just moved out of here a long time ago and no one else decided to buy this property since. You don't notice any sort of like secret entranceways or tunnels. There is a basement. You go down there and check it out. There doesn't appear to be anything of note there. No, bricks on the wall. That you try every single one of them. None of them move. It's an annoying process.
I put my hands on my shoulders and then I start crashing out. This is so boring. Okay.
As you're in there doing that, Fitz,
Mm-hmm.
probably about 20, 30 minutes after Eamon just sort of goes in here, you hear some old mason jars just sort of like crash in the basement, as you can only assume he's probably onto something. There is a noteworthy figure that you see turn the corner and begin like walking down the street. The reason they're noteworthy is because they're probably like 3 feet taller than everyone else who's come down this street, as this sort of ogre individual just begins trundling their way in the direction of you and your flanked out companions and the flower truck, I think.
Honestly, Fitz is just basically just keeping watch, and he's just like nursing his flask, acting like things are normal.
Okay.
As I'm sure that because the sounds of crashing and booming is not gonna be hidden, so he's just going with it. As this figure passes by.
As they
I'm in the basement. I'll be case file 4000. Nothing is happening. I just like crash out. I'm like strangling the paper.
And as you're just sort of standing there acting nonchalant, this ogre person continues walking down the street, and they just go, "Hi, how's it going?" Like right to you, just like super nonchalant. And they walk right up to the Brickleberg Barrel Company, open the door, and go inside. Eamon, you recognize that voice from the Rusty Screw.
Hold on. Oh my God! Wait. Hold on. Wait. I do know that voice. A jackpot. And then I'll unravel my paper that says, and I'll write, I don't know, familiar voice, and I'll stuff it in one of my
Cross
things
out
where I have
case
7 other case files I've not finished, and I'll go up the ladder. I assume this is a basement ladder, whatever.
Yeah, it's a basement. Your average basement ladder.
And I will go out and I will look at Fitz and I'll go.
And Fitz will actually give you real sign language.
2 words. A celebrity. I will like put my hands in my pocket and like keep my head down as I walk across the road, and I get over to Fitz. Did you notice anyone walking around?
Yeah, big ogre guy just walked by
Yeah, where'd he go?
into the company.
He went into the company. I turn around. I go, he went into the company. All right. So
What? You
That's
know
something.
That guy? You know that
Huh?
guy?
No,
seem
but I heard a
kinda
voice.
excited. Do you know him?
No, it sounded diabolical. It sounded like a diabolical voice. It sounded like a villain. So I just thought that maybe it would be connected to our thing.
They sounded diabolical and they sounded like a villain. And like the voice
Thanks.
plays again in his head.
Yeah, it sounded like that. And I do the voice pretty much exactly.
You heard that all from down from the basement?
Yes, I was in tune with myself. Anyways, Fitz, we could listen. Something went in.
Yes. A pretty big ogre went in, yes.
I don't know what to do with that information. Listen, I think
I think you
Right.
do, but you're not telling me.
The Eevee Rolodex sort of like pops up, it's like probable cause.
this is crazy. Maybe you can go walk down this alleyway for a little bit and don't turn around to see what I'm doing.
Persuasion.
It's you and me.
Eamon, I know you don't trust me for new reasons. But please, if you know something or someone that's connected to this building,
Mhm.
tell me.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. Even if I try to articulate how I would possibly know someone who could be going into that building, I don't have the capability of doing so. So what I can tell you is, honestly, It's something. We'll figure it out. I slam my head on the wall.
Just tell me, do you have an in? That's all I need to know. Just tell me, do you have an in right now?
I might.
Yeah, this is a yes or no question. Do you have an in
Possibly.
right now?
It could not be more of a possibly.
You are not being interrogated. I'm asking.
No, I know.
you a simple
I'm aware.
question.
I'm aware.
Thank you.
Attorney's disclosure and all that. I think.
Not an attorney.
I think honestly, it's a bit of a bad position because either way, it's kind of a dead end because I have to. Fuck. I don't. I at this moment I don't really know, but I can. Because in Eamon's head right now, right?
Yeah.
He does not want to give more information to Walter that we are on to the Brick Street. So, like, what is he supposed to do in this scenario right now? At least he knows.
He's
I got
fighting
it.
two
Oh my
different
gosh,
worlds
Fitz.
right now. Go
Wait,
for
hold
it.
on, Fitz. I got it. I
Right
think
here,
I know where
but
this guy
haven't
lives.
moved.
If you figure out what to do, I can at least go, and I can like follow this guy. I can get some information. Come on, it's not even anything bad. I'm just coincidentally walking down the street right behind this guy until he goes to his home, which I will break and enter. Just kidding. Ha, that was probably a joke.
Just like you see, despite the fact that Fitz doesn't have a beating heart, there is a throbbing vein developing on the side of his head. Just how ridiculous this all is. And he's just like, I know you don't trust me, but I'm trusting you.
Mhm.
When you do get the information you need,
Mhm.
you will get out of there safely.
Mhm.
You will tell us, and me especially, everything, or I will shoot you.
Understandable. I have a lead to follow, Fitz. I will go. Do I know where this guy lives or no?
Where the ogre lives?
Yeah.
I don't think you know where they live specifically. You know where they work.
Oh.
You also
do with this information?
I will say you guys have been talking for about 10-15 minutes, just like and at a certain point you do hear that door reopen.
Can I?
Yeah,
do
sorry, you've been here the whole time. They've just been yelling at each other
Oh my gosh.
from the
No, well,
rooftop.
she was. She was in an alleyway.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and she's gonna pull out a U leaf and get like about 30 feet away from the building, or like circle around to like where the back is, something like that. And I want to cast Detect Poison and Disease just so I can like pinpoint if this building in fact does have any of the poisons that we're looking for. She couldn't get close enough to the cart, but
Interesting. So, is there a line in that says it's like blocked by a certain amount of detritus or
Stone
material
or
One-
wood or-
crap?
1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or
Okay.
3 feet of wood or dirt.
The building's made of lead. Oh, it's the worst.
It's Superman's worst nightmare.
No.
Yeah.
It's super poorly made wood, so you can't actually like detect it through the walls. Just want to make sure that wasn't like a thing. So you're going ahead and doing that?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Hey, good to know. All right. While
So
that
I'm
whole
now in the
conversation's
back
happening-
of the building while all of that's going on.
Yeah.
I feel like while we're talking and the door opens, I honestly feel like Eamon would just push Fitz out of the way or into the alleyway.
I have to get out of the way because I can't have him see me.
Oh. Interesting.
So I will
Scramble
instantly
past
like
me.
yeah.
Just scramble past me and just
Yeah.
As they're arguing about who's on first, you're sort of scanning a corner of the building or like that side of the building. You do detect a few like traces of poison in the building.
Lovely. Is it the same kind that we've been investigating or a completely different one?
It is very similar to the ones you've been investigating.
Mm. Okay.
Now, as you do get that like confirmation that there's some nefariousness inside the walls, the two of you notice that the ogre has re-emerged from the building. What immediately is happening as that happens? I know you guys are trying to push each other.
No, Eamon pushes past me to get into the alley so he's not seen.
Okay, stealth
Yeah.
check.
Oh God. Okay, great, wonderful. Different dice. Who
Okay,
knows?
My
Oh, okay, not
perception.
bad. 15.
15's pretty good. Okay, you just seem to sneak out of the way as this large figure who, now that you can actually see them, you recognize as Pippin, the ogre who you have met many times before, just sort of trundles out of the bed and says, "All right, take care, guys." Closes the door behind him and goes, "Hi." Waves back at Fitz. Just keeps walking down the street.
Okay. I will like whisper behind Fitz. It is just of our best interest, probably, all things aside, whether or not it has to do with me, we should probably follow this person.
Sure thing. Because our communicators, are they quiet when we speak, or are they like
Nah.
loud?
They're like a cop radio on his shoulder.
Is there a way to, because it's cop radio, is there a way to do like a notification or like a
Bleep.
sound effect?
The deck's still
Yeah,
like
like-
walking down the.
Yeah.
like a hey, SOS or
Bleep,
like
bleep. Yeah.
that's super loud.
You can't turn them off or like down. You can turn them off, but you can't turn like the volume down. There's no volume switch.
We
You
gotta
just-
invest in some volume buttons here.
In this process, I would have been making my way around the back of the building and back up that other side alley just
Okay.
to get like a full like
From the
sweep.
other side, you do not detect anything.
Okay. Good to know.
But you would also have heard the large figure enter and then leave the building, say hi to Fitz both times, and then continue walking down the street.
Okay.
They do make like a stomping sound. They're pretty hard to miss.
And as Tay emerges from the alleyway, Fitz and I'm guessing Eamon are already like walking towards them.
You see a beacon, two hands going from the.
Apparently, it seems that our dear Eamon would like to tail that guy. He seems quite adamant in doing so. Thoughts?
Okay, as long as we're not invading the building, then that's fine. But I did detect some of the poison that we've been investigating, something similar to it, but only on one side of the building,
Might be in crates on one side of the building.
possibly.
All right, let's follow an ogre.
Interesting. Okay. So you all begin to tail good old Pippin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Flash cut to the other side of the city as Eevee makes their way to work.
It's like a walk of shame.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Eevee, are you just arriving there? Do you want to do anything to prep? You just showing up for work late, obviously.
I mean,
Third
showing
day.
up for work is an interesting way to put it.
You didn't show up yesterday.
I am showing up to quit.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I don't do anything extra. I am myself again. But I don't do anything
Interesting.
extra besides that. I walk inside and look for the chief, the person who like showed me around on my first day.
Originally, this building is crowded and sort of chaotic. It is almost twice as much as the last time you were here. There's a lot more commotion. Go ahead and make me an insight check.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, you're gonna make this bad.
You told me.
22.
22. Something happened. The vibe in here isn't just like, it's busy today. The vibe in here is like something changed in the recent status quo of this building. And you can feel it.
Yeah. I think they walk in and immediately, like, when everything is really crazy and super packed, they, like, stop in their tracks for a second. And even though they get, like, oh, something has happened to make it this way, like, they have to hold their form from not like rippling with stress from being suddenly confronted with this very loud and crowded room.
Yeah.
And they like shrink an inch as they're trying to make their way through this crowd.
Okay. As you're making your way through, you do see that there are a number of uniformed individuals,
Mm-hmm.
sort of like these black robes
Okay.
that just sort of nondescriptly drape their form. And
I'll go up to one of them, yeah.
they seem to be talking and having conversations with a few people. And they sort of turn to look at you and say, hello, I'm sorry, do you work here?
Hi, yes, sorry. What's going on?
Well, we were alerted to one of the detectives picking up traces of necromancy in the basement. So we are just investigating the area, making sure that there's nothing nefarious during a routine sort of scan of the area.
Wow, yikes.
I don't know if we've gotten a report from you. Do you have a minute?
Yeah, I have a minute.
Try and quit on me? You try and quit my job? No. And they take you into one of the side rooms and do like a little interview.
Yeah, Discord just cut that out, but you're gonna get like 2 screams on the recording just to let you know.
Hell yeah, that's my new ringtone, dude. So, as you follow this guy into the other room, they're going to ask you a series of pretty innocuous questions. You know, how long have you been working here? What do you do on a normal day? Like, what parts of the building do you like often work in? Have you seen any suspicious activity recently? How much are you being honest?
Okay. I think in this case, Eevee is not lying at any point yet. They are strictly omitting information.
Okay.
And also they mentioned that although they are new to this position, they started it after starting work for the Champions Row Bastions.
Interesting.
They make a point of that.
Okay. Do you tell them what day you started working here?
No.
Okay.
No. Just generally, just
Okay.
like, oh, you know, I've been with the Bastions
Yeah, you
for a bit.
just started.
I work more up on Champions Row, but I'm helping out a little here. But I might need to,
Okay.
you know,
I see your
focus
game.
my efforts.
Game recognizes game. Go
Thank
ahead
you.
and make me a deception check, not to like hide your lies, but just to see how well you're able to skirt the conversation in your direction.
Mm-hmm. That's a 15.
15's not terrible. Again, you know,
Yeah.
it's only 20 numbers on the die. 15's pretty good.
It's true. If I spend a shenanigan, that's advantage, so I take the higher of
Yes,
the
yes,
rolls? Okay, I'm gonna spend a shenanigan point just to cover my bases. Maybe I roll a little higher, who knows?
Interesting.
Nope, I didn't. Okay, 15!
Okay, so you're sitting there in the interview. There's a few moments where you see like, interesting. They just write something down, but not like Jacques Hughes, it's you. They just sort of like go over, take your statement. Very, very straightforward. It seems like they've been doing this like all day. So they're just sort of like going through the motions, collecting your information, and you are able to skirt around your own version of the truth pretty well in a way that doesn't ring as a straight up lie. But, you know, there are going to be holes in the story any way you tell it, skirting that information. So who knows what the future might hold. But after you are let out of this interview, they immediately go up and find another person to start interviewing, take them into the same room. Again, you get the sense this has been happening all morning. But at that point, you will see the familiar face of the captain of this this district sort of walk up and say, Eevee, we didn't see you yesterday. I didn't know if you were coming in today. Things are chaos, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's a little wild in here. I'm so sorry that you know, it's already pretty busy in here normally, so.
Yeah, this has never happened before, so it's kind of crazy. You okay? You look kind of pale.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna be really honest with you here. I'm gonna level with you.
Okay, that's always good to hear.
I can't be in crowds like this, and I can't work in conditions where there's a lot of like close and dark and ceilings. And I didn't know that
Is it the closet?
part of it's the closet. Part of it is just the
Okay.
So don't really want to get any further into that, but I think I might have to focus my attentions more on the Champions Row.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Hey, you've got to take care of yourself first before you can take care of the city. I get it. Got to make sure you're at your best wherever you are. They're lucky to have you.
So
So,
sorry.
no, yeah, that's fine. We got a lot to deal with today. It's just a lot,
Yeah.
It's a busy
Yeah.
day. So this is another thing on top of everything else that we have to deal with. That's fine. No, but you're taking care of you first, and I'm proud of you for that. Hey, took a lot of courage to do what you just did.
Thank you.
That's good. So, yeah. So you already gave your interview to them just before you leave. We have to get it on the get it on the right.
Yeah,
Cool.
I did that
All right.
thing when I got here.
Well, if there's anything we can do to maybe in the future things change, you wanna make your way back here, that's cool. I'd love to have you again. Door's always open.
Of course.
But I guess you're free to go.
A shaky hand to shake their hand.
They grasp it with both their hands. A tear sucks back into their eye.
Oh, God. Okay. And I leave with my tail between my legs. Jesus Christ.
As you turn to leave, you just hear them whisper, brave face, brave face. Hi, guys. How's it going?
Oh my God. I don't show up for the rest of the day. I'm missing.
You go back to the Clover's Lane. Everyone's gone anyways.
I don't find them.
You just go to the forest and hide.
Just fuck off into the woods.
That's awesome. I love it. Okay.
Oh my god.
Cool. Whoever thought quitting your job could be that painful?
That was awful. Thank you so much.
That's great. I love that shit. Okay, so we'll cut back to everyone else who's currently trying to on another tailing mission, 2 episodes in a row. Who would have thought
Just
I'm
gotta-
the new Ubisoft?
Hey.
So, everyone, I will let you choose how you go about this. If you want to blend into the crowds of the street as you guys walk behind this person, that's a charisma stealth. If you want to try and lurk in the shadows, that's a dexterity stealth. So, those are your 2 options. If you have other options, feel free to bring them up, but you'll be hard pressed to find me agree with you.
I'll be doing a dexterity stealth.
Sounds
I will-
good.
Also do a dexterity stealth. So that's just like a straight dex roll?
Yeah, unless you have any stealth proficiency.
No.
I
Oh,
do.
There you
duh.
go.
Ooh, should I have grabbed this dice? Oh, it's too late.
Ooh.
Hey, that's not too bad. 21. Wait.
Unnaturally 20.
Oh! I'm pogging for you.
Yeah, 21. How does it recount?
Oh, 19.
I don't know where to point because he's stealthing so good. See?
Oh.
Christian, what'd you get? Sorry.
19.
Sick. I was making a joke. I apologize.
It's all good.
All 3 of them really good, especially against Pippin, the seer of all things.
Mhm.
Eamon, again, you're kind of familiar with this dude's vibe. Super chill. Probably your favorite person in the whole organization just because of how much he doesn't fit in there. As you guys are following, you see this very easy to follow through the crowd, stands about a foot taller than anyone else on the road. Just occasionally "Hi, how's it going? Oh, those smell lovely." And you just sort of greeting everybody, talking to everybody as he trundles along the road. You would never guess that this person is supposed to be keeping his presence under wraps. Maybe he just did something he wasn't supposed to do legally. But very easy to follow and not very good at picking up that he's being tailed. So this is a big win for most people. as you guys are following for about a half an hour, 45 minutes of just straight walking, just, oh my goodness, you look so strong. And you just keep walking. Just like the weirdest compliments he's just throwing out to people on the side of the road. Eventually, Eamon, you get to a very familiar neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to know exactly where this guy's headed. He's not headed home.
I see.
Mm.
Okay.
Going to work, going to work. I'm about to go to work. Santa
he's going
Claus is
home.
work.
I don't know what he expected. I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll keep going.
Okay.
This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. This is me coping.
I'm just letting you know what you're realizing as you're realizing it.
Yeah.
But the other two of you watch as this ogre sort of breaks off from the main road and just starts like borderline skipping for somebody his size down these alleyways into one of these less trafficked neighborhoods and a part of the district you probably haven't spent much time in. But it is almost intentionally secluded, Fitz, from your sort of like being able to pick up on vibes pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Even in your time walking around at night, you probably wouldn't have ever just accidentally wandered into this place. It seems very intentionally like mazed off with its alleyways and its streets.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually you do see the building that this ogre has been walking to the whole time as a small tavern / former warehouse that has been repurposed called the Rusty Screw comes into focus. And you see him just sort of like, oh, I'm at work. And he opens the door and goes inside. And that's where we're going to end our episode for the night, actually.
Whoa.
Cliffhanger. Think about
With
what
this
you're
Muppet
doing.
ass orc going into his
You know what I
house.
realized? Halfway through singing that, it's Wally from Sleeping City.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's
Right, Jesus.
Right, Jesus is my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
that's my ogre. But that's where we're going to end this session for today. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate you being here. We're going to give them a week to think about what they're doing, and then we're going to come back next week. So be there for that. Okay, bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
That was my foghorn.